I don't know how to do this video. Hey everybody, this is Nick. If this is our first time meeting, hello. Most of you are probably here. You've been led here off of my Facebook or off of my other YouTube channel. So hello to all of you who already know me. And as the title describes, I'm starting a new life, or whatever I titled it, starting a new life, you know? And so I don't want everybody to be all freaked out and think I'm like, you know, disappearing and whatever. Although that has crossed my mind. The last couple weeks I've been really wanting to just escape and move to Hawaii, honestly, especially with the snow and everything going on here. And so basically, I wanted to start this YouTube channel because I've got my other YouTube channel, which if you haven't seen, check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. And check out all my other links down there. It's got all my business stuff and all that. And which is kind of ties into this too, because, you know, I've got this business YouTube channel, which has really taken off. And I've gotten a lot of, I get a lot of comments, positive comments and questions and things, and people wanting to know more. And I feel like I've really been able to help a lot more people and have a bigger reach than I've been able to do with my business. And ever since I started my business, my main goal was I wanted to help people. And while I still do that, I have lost my I've lost my love for my business, which is really sad, but it's true. It's been a long time coming. I have been doing construction since I graduated from high school in 2001. So 19 years, actually next month, in June, it'll be 19 years I've been doing construction. And it has taken a serious toll on my body, as I'm sure you could guess. You know, in this last year, I finally begrudgingly started going to a chiropractor because my body just couldn't take it anymore. My back was killing me. And over many years, I've been to physical therapy, and I've been on back pain medication and done all this stuff. I used to drink my pain away and do other things to make the pain go away and to just get through it. And I've had some time now. I've had a little over 2 months off. And during this time, I would say 80% of my back pain is gone because I'm not doing this physical work anymore. And my whole business has been reformatted over the years, especially the last 5 years. If you know me, a lot of you might know that I quit drinking 5 years ago. And when I did that, I had employees prior to that, and my business was booming. I mean, we were cranking out jobs. And for me, it was just go, go, go. I would work, you know, 40 hours a week with the guys on site, you know, getting the jobs done. And then they would leave and I would go home, or I would go to another job, or I'd work on the weekends. And it just was constant, you know. And if you own a small business, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. You are always working. Nights, weekends, holidays, you're working, you know. If you're not physically on a job, okay, if I'm not physically on a job, I am still thinking about it. I lay in bed at night and I think about the jobs and yada, yada, yada. And it's mostly not like, oh man, this job is so great, I can't wait to get there. It's like dreading something about, you know, how I'm going to do something or whatever. You know, there's this whole like negative thing that this job has become to me. And just the fact that I'm calling it a job and not a career or a passion is part of where I'm at right now, where I'm going with this. So I'm sure I've already lost a bunch of people, but if I haven't lost you and you're still interested, down below, subscribe. And when you subscribe, click the little bell icon and click all. And that will give you notifications as to what I'm doing here in the future. And I'll spend the rest of this video talking about exactly what I'm going to do going forwards. So during this time off, a lot of things have gone through my mind, a lot of ideas of what I want to do, what I don't want to do, stuff like that. And as I mentioned earlier, this thought of moving to Hawaii came into my mind, and I thought, man, do I want to do that? If I did, you know, that's a far out plan. I don't have the resources right now or the capability to just up and leave and move to Hawaii, right? My girlfriend and her son live with me, and he's 11. He doesn't want to move schools. I do not want to move him to Hawaii and take him away from his dad and the rest of his family and all that. So, you know, we're at least here for the next, what's he got? He's in 6th grade going into 7th, so 6 years left. We've got at least another 6 years here before we start making any major moves or changes like that. But in the interim, you know, I've scaled back my business where I don't do roofing and I don't do any big jobs anymore like I used to. I used to build houses, not just by myself, but like with other contractors. I was a subcontractor and I worked for guys. We built houses, additions, that kind of stuff. When I went on my own, I stopped doing those big things, but I would still do a roof from time to time or build a big porch or huge decks, like these still big kind of jobs. And as I said, that just, my physical body is not built for it. And, you know, there's some big tough guys that might call me names for not being built like they are and not toughing it out. But, you know, I did that whole game for a long time, and I've realized that it's just not me, you know. And so the whole point of this video and the whole point of this channel, I think, is me going through the process and documenting it and seeing what happens when a person has done something for so long because that's just what they think they have to do, right? I just do this job because A, I'm really good at it. B, I have a really good reputation. C, it's profitable. So with those 3 things combined alone, most people would think I am out of my flippin' mind for wanting to walk away from it. But the reality is, for years, it has just weighed so heavily on me. And it's getting harder and harder to ignore that as I get older. So some of the things that I've done recently is I started this YouTube channel for the business. Like I said earlier, there's a link below. And it has just taken off. I feel so, I can't even tell you the joy that it brings me to put out a video and have people reach out to me personally and thank me and how much I'm helping them. And, you know, I get that a little bit on jobs when I'm like, I do a bathroom for somebody, but it's like, I'm reaching a lot more people, I'm helping a lot more people, and I feel like I have a bigger purpose than just swinging a hammer. I mean, that's the phrase I always use. I'm just swinging a hammer. And I feel like I've got this bigger purpose that I need to fulfill. And I still want to do construction and carpentry, and I still want to do that. But I also want to start all these other things that I've been dabbling in, and kind of like, if I can still do the carpentry work and make just enough to get by, and then really focus on this other creative stuff that I'm really enjoying, and tap into that, and maybe someday that could become enough of an income that I could survive off of. I mean, right now, I'll be honest, these videos that I'm making and putting out there mean so much more to me than the bathroom remodel that I'm working on right now. No offense to my clients or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. It is just the amount of effort I put in and the amount of stress that it causes me is unbelievable. And I didn't really realize it until it was taken away from me, which is what happened with this whole coronavirus and being forced to shut down. and having some time off. And the first few weeks were really tough for me to like, I was trying to do stuff around the house, and I'm in that busy mode thing. And once I settled into it, I have been dreading going back to that rat race of just like go, 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 go. And I need a change, honestly. I burnt out 5 years ago, and I feel like I'm I felt like I was at the verge of a burnout again right before this thing all went down. So I was actually pretty pleased that we got some time off because I was desperately in need of it. So let me talk about some of the other things that I've been doing. So I started this blog on my borsalinocarpentry.com page. And the blog was kind of like me talking about my experience as a business owner going through this time and dealing with all these rules for businesses and the unemployment and all these grants and all this stuff they were throwing out at people, and it was confusing. And so it started there, and then I started doing videos on my channel about it, and the videos I did took off, and I really enjoyed typing out the blogs, but nobody was reading them, I was realizing. And as soon as I did a video, I posted a video a week ago, and it became my #1 video within 6 days, with over, I think it's at like 1,700 views so far, which for me is a lot. My subscriber count, I've gotten like 50 subscribers in the last week. Like, for me, that's really big. So I'm seeing that I have this untapped thing that I'm starting to really get into, and people are getting value out of. So that all kind of transitioned into this whole thing. And a couple weeks ago, I started writing a book about, I'm a college dropout, college failure, whatever you want to call it. It was like an intentional dropout failure combination thing. I just like flunked out the last year and they told me not to come back, right? I hated college. I went to school for business administration. Hated it. Now I run a very successful construction company. So what I've learned is it's not all about book smarts and how much you know. There's so much more to business than what you can learn in college. And so I started writing a book about how I went from a college dropout to a successful business owner. And I thought it would be kind of motivational for a lot of guys who a lot of people that go into construction are either high school or college dropouts. It's just the way that it is. We get thrust into these fields kind of unintentionally because, when you're growing up, it's kind of like, oh, you didn't make it into college, you can go be a roofer or something, And what I've realized as I've gotten into this field is that people in construction and in the trades are highly valued. There is way more work than there are laborers. And there is a lot of potential in this field. So by starting the book, I thought I could basically give all of the knowledge that it took me 19 years of working as a laborer and working my way up the literal and figurative ladder in the construction world to the point where I had a business with employees and all that. And for me, I was unhappy with it. But there's plenty of people that are perfectly happy doing it. And so the book is just basically a guide, a step-by-step guide of how to go from nothing to owning a successful business. And it might just be a waste of ink, but it's something that I started writing and it just started flowing out of me. I really liked it. Again, this whole creativity and trying to help people in different ways other than swinging a hammer. I feel like there's a bunch of value there. All right, so if you're one of the lucky few that has made it this far in the video and you still haven't subscribed, just subscribe. You can always unsubscribe, right? All right, and ring that bell so you can get notified. So as you can see, the creative juices are flowing within me and out of me. And I think it would be a detriment to myself to not let this out and to not explore the options and to not put this out to the universe. I feel like if I put this all out to the universe and maybe something will manifest, you know. If I don't put it out and I don't believe that there's anything beyond me doing construction for the rest of my life, then that's what's going to end up happening. I'll do construction for the end of my life. So Trisha and I started a podcast called Regular People talking about mental health. And mental health has been something that I've been working on for the last 5 years since I had quit drinking. And I got into therapy and really have been working hard on myself. And she's been doing similar stuff for actually much longer than I have. And we've been on this path to just kind of just improve our lives. And it's ties right in with this whole thing of like, if I'm not happy, why am I doing what I'm doing? You know, make a change. I can make a change. And so this podcast, again, is just another creative outlet that we're both really enjoying. We're helping people. We're getting response from people saying how much it means to them that we're doing this and that we're putting ourselves out there, and we're being vulnerable. And it is, I can't even explain the feeling that it gives us to do this stuff and to put it out to the world. And I'm not doing it with the intention that everybody's gonna love me and blah, 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 all that. I'm doing it with the intention of, I'm broken, I'm trying to find an answer. As I've started to put it out to the world, I've realized there's a lot of other broken people who are also looking for answers, whether it's business, mental, relationship, money, you know, all these things. Everybody is struggling, everybody's trying to get through life. And I don't know where this channel and this video and all this stuff is heading. I just know that I need to hit record. I need to put my feet on the ground and start walking towards the direction that I think I want to go. And, you know, I'm just going to hope that something manifests itself. You know, these ideas, like I said, just keep popping into my mind, and it just keeps seeming like it's getting better. I'm extremely excited about it. I mean, I'm up till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It's every night for the last month or more, just working on this stuff. And it's just like, I'm the kind of guy that's out asleep by like 10 o'clock at the latest. And I've just been so energized by all of this stuff that it's like, it's so inspiring. And it's like, I don't know how to describe it other than I just feel like it is calling me to put this out there. And so I'm going to continue doing these things. And this was probably really long. And if you actually made it to the end of this, you are awesome. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next video, whatever it is that I do here, video or whatever. So thank you.